What's up, my friends? Back with another video, and today I wanted to first start off this video by saying thank you to everybody who's been interacting with the page, added new subscribers. I mean, I just started this channel like a week and a half ago, and already I'm over 100 subs. Because of you guys, this is really becoming like a fun thing. This is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to start a channel that was based on real information by people who aren't just trying to sell you something or monetize their channel. I wanted to start something where people could come here and we could talk, about real stuff in the field, what we're seeing as we're out there shooting, trying to book gigs, the real uses for the new gear that's coming out and the old gear, what makes sense to keep using and what makes sense to upgrade. I really don't have any intention of trying to make this a channel where I'm just getting sponsors down the line, or just monetizing this with clickbait ads and things like that. I really just wanted this to be an educational place that we can all come to, and I can try and just help you guys out with what I've learned. So I really appreciate that. And also too, please keep coming with anything that you guys want to know about the Z6, wedding photography in general, event photography, anything that you think that I might be able to help you with. Drop it in the comments and let me know, and I'll definitely do a video on it for you. Because I really want this place to be a page that you can come to, a channel you can come to and learn something without the fear of being, trying to be sold something. And coming from a professional who's out there actually using this stuff to make money, working with clients, and not just running a YouTube channel and trying to get people to click on their ref links and things like that. I don't want this I don't want this to be what that is about. So yeah, thank you for all the interaction, all the new subscribers and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. So today I wanted to talk about something that I feel like is really important, especially if you're getting started in wedding photography or event photography, and you have a couple things in place that are important, but you're trying to get the ball rolling and actually book gigs. So I want to talk about how I invoiced out $71,000 in 5 months when I first started advertising for my wedding photography. So just to give you a little bit of a background story, I've been shooting for about 10 years now, and I just did landscape stuff, shooting what I saw, street photography, things like that. Just really fell in love with photography that way, and then just had like a portfolio of basically like landscape and street stuff. Did that for a long time and just really learned my gear, fell in love with photography in general, and just kind of just soaked in the actually using a camera, what everything is, and got a really good understanding of the technicals and how to compose things so they're interesting. So I just basically, once I've discovered photography, I literally, when I got my first camera, I like slept with the thing in my hand, because I'd fall asleep just learning the dials and learning the menu selections and all that stuff. And I feel like, people ask me a lot, what can I do to get into photography, or how can I become a good photographer? I actually had some random lady come on one of my pages and send me a question the other day and say, how can I learn to be a good photographer? And I said to her, get a camera and never let that thing leave your side. I was sleeping with the thing when I was driving. It was always next to me in the passenger seat. I was shooting everything I saw. I wasn't trying to make unbelievable photos. I was just, if I saw something interesting, I shot it, and then I fell in love with it that way. So basically, nobody is buying, it's very difficult to make money as a landscape photographer, or posting on Instagram, posting models and things like that. That's not the stuff that people are really paying for right now. So I started looking at other avenues, ways that I could actually monetize, and turn this into a real career. Because I had learned photography, I knew what I was doing, but I really wanted to move into it for a full-time job. So basically, when I got married, I had never before I got married, I had never thought of wedding photography. I definitely thought it was, if I did think about it, I thought it was cheesy and did not sound fun at all, and something that I definitely did not want to do. And so I kind of put it out of my mind. My idea was to set up my own gallery and print out my stuff and sell it on the wall like a Peter Lick or something like that, and that was like my dream. But when I got married, we hired a photographer, obviously, and I saw what he was doing at my wedding, and the whole time, obviously I'm thinking about my wife and the ceremony and everything, but the whole time I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I could do this. And not only that, I could actually put a spin on this in a creative way, because I'm very, I don't know if you guys have looked at my portfolio, I put the links in the description and everything, but I like different stuff. I'm not trying to do what is out there and popular. I just try and go towards what interests me. And I always thought wedding photography was kind of like a, lick it, stick it type of just, bland, generic, everybody wanted the same thing. And then I saw my photographer, what he was doing, and I was like, he was getting all these crazy angles and, just kind of, I could tell it was going to be, even before I saw the photos come back, I could tell it was going to be creative and different. So that put that in my mind as soon as I got married. And on the honeymoon after, I was telling my wife, I was like, man, babe, I think I can really do this. And I think I'm going to make a switch towards moving towards, doing weddings and see if people bite on it. I was like, my style's a little bit different, so I don't know if brides are going to be interested in that. I do more artistic, dramatic stuff and use of light and things, but hey, I figured I'd give it a shot. So basically, I had a lot of success very, very quickly in booking, and I just want to share exactly how I did that with you guys. And so, like I said, I booked $71,000 in 5 months with paid deposits and signed contracts. I mean, it really just took off like right off the bat. So there's a couple things that you need before you're going to do this. Okay, this isn't like a get-rich-quick scheme or anything like that. You're actually going to have to put in some work, and you're going to have a couple things for this to work for you. So first off, you're going to have good work. No one is going to hire you if your work sucks unless you're going for like discount people who just can't afford anything. They're looking to pay like a couple $100s for a photographer, and they're getting married at the, just the function hall down the street that's cheap. I mean, nothing wrong with those people, but like that's not really an area that you're going to want to compete in, because there's always going to be somebody who can do it for less than you, and that's not any way to run any type of creative business. So first off the bat, you have to have good photos. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be able to operate a camera. You have to have, decent gear, and you just have to be a good photographer. Understand flash, use of light, things like that. So once you're okay there, the next thing you have to have is a good website. Even if you don't have weddings in your website, you're gonna want to go out and shoot some of your friends just to get some people on there. I have a section on my website that's travel, that has some of my landscape stuff and stuff I shoot when I travel. But you're gonna want to, what we did, I shoot with my wife, and what we did was we went out and got like our best looking friends, like 3 of them, and then just had some photo shoots for free and put those up on our website just so people could see some stuff shooting, like real people. And they didn't come to my website. It's just, crazy pictures of birds or, cliffs or the Grand Canyon or whatever. They're going to want to see people. So the website has to be a professional. I also think that a very, very, very important part of this, if you're going to step out into the wedding industry and you're going to actually brand yourself as saying like, hey, you can trust me and you can spend money with me. You want to have an email that's linked to your website. You don't want to have a Gmail, like, our company name is Perla Images. You don't want to be sending people from perlaimages@gmail.com or yahoo.com. You want to be sending from info@perlaimages or whatever your name is. That's very, very important, because when you're asking for money from people, a lot of this stuff is done online now. Deposits are taken. We take deposits, thousands of dollars from people without even, meeting them first. So you have to really present yourself with a level of professionalism, and that email thing makes a big difference. So you have to have good photos, you have to know how to shoot, and you have to have a good website. And the way that I did it, you have to have at least about $1,500 to start off with this. Okay, the way I did it. So basically, how did I do it? I did it through Facebook, okay? And so what I did was I started up a Facebook page, a Facebook business page. And I obviously didn't have any people that were following the page or liking the page, so I had to get some type of an audience first. So what I would do is I started posting my landscape stuff, and I started posting the pictures of my friends and the couples regularly to the Facebook page. I wasn't over posting. I was posting maybe like 1 to 2 a day, but each one of those, I boosted each one of those posts, okay? So I spent normally between $15 and $30 on every boosted post, okay? And so what Facebook allows you to do is you boost the post. It obviously puts that picture that you boost into a bunch of different people's timelines, so they see it. Now, if it's good photos, people are going to like it. You know, you're not guaranteeing they're going to come to your website or anything, but you're just trying to get people to like it, okay? So as soon as people like that picture that you boosted, Facebook allows you to send them a page invite. Okay, so as soon as they click like on your page, you can go in, you see that like, and then there's a little button that says, send an invite. So you can invite that person to like your page. And so if your photos are good, they don't have to be the best in the world, but if they're good and people are enjoying looking at them, they'll click like, and that's somebody that you can invite to the page. It automatically sends them a notification and to come and like the page. And I was getting about 30% of the people that were actually liking the photo that I boosted coming back to liking the page. So I went for about 7 months doing that. And I built up a page of around 1,000 people that liked my Facebook page. Just off those boosts, I went in and then invited everybody who liked the page, and then I started building an audience, okay? And so once I had around 1,000 people who actually liked my Facebook page, what I did is I put up an ad for weddings, okay? Now, what Facebook allows you to do is they allow you to take the top 1% of the people who have engaged with your page, build an audience based off that 1%, and then it goes out and Facebook trolls the internet and finds other pages that are just like the people who have interacted with your page. So it's just the top 1%, people who have liked your page. It goes out, and then it can throw that ad out to people that are just like people who are interacting with your page. It's really, 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 the algorithm is pretty sweet. People, hate on Facebook for a lot of reasons, but I mean, I've had, for creatives trying to get their work out, it can get very, very dialed in and targeted to the real people that you want to see your ads. So what I did was, I boosted those posts. I had an audience now because I was sending those invites. About 7 months later, I built an ad that said, and I'm big on honesty. I don't think that you should lie or manipulate in any way, especially when you're starting off, because you have to really care about the fact that this is somebody's wedding. There's only one chance to capture these moments. You could really screw things up for people. So I never ever acted like, when I was at that point of being a new person, I never acted like I was, a professional and I had everything taken care of. What I did was, that first ad, I put a few of my best pictures of people, and I wrote that, hey, I've been shooting for a long time, and I want to branch out to weddings. And, I told them about my gear setup. It wasn't too long, just gave them a list. I have full frame gear, professional lenses. I've been shooting for this long. I'm really interested in creative weddings and moving out into this, type of, area with my portfolio. I'm willing to give a discount. So basically, I left it at that, and then I boosted that based on that 1%, which I could do another. If you guys want me to show you how to set up a 1%, it's called a lookalike ad. I can do a video on that too for you guys. But basically, I boosted that ad, sent it to the 1% of the Facebook grabbing those profiles that have interacted with my page, and I sent it out to 4 states in my area. So I live in Massachusetts. I sent it out to Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Maine. Okay, so that's 5, I guess. But I boosted it, And what I did is I spent $500 on that boost. Okay? I did it. I don't know. This might the time of year that I did it might have something to do with it. I did it in September. I started running the ad, and I instantly started getting like a crazy amount of inquiries. I was, like I said, straight up front with people. Told them, hey, listen, I've been shooting for this amount of time, but I haven't been doing weddings. I have this certain style. Look at my work, but I want to branch off to this in this area, and for that reason, I'm willing to give a discount. Now, I wasn't doing this stuff for free. I wasn't doing it for cheap, really. I was doing it for my first year. My weddings were booking at between $1,000 and really $1,850. So the majority of the weddings I booked that first year were $1,750 for a full day of shooting, including an engagement shoot. Okay? So obviously that's cheap, but it allowed me to book like 35 weddings that first year. So you don't want to be, as long as your work's good and you know how to operate a camera, you don't want to be the cheapest guy. I mean, there's people out there doing weddings for like $500. I mean, obviously you get what you pay for, but sometimes brides don't know and they're going to just book somebody for that cheap, and obviously it's a disaster most of the time. But you don't want to be in like that low tier. $1,500 to $1,700, that's a good starting place. If you have already been shooting for a few years, you really know your gear, you know your equipment, you know your autofocus settings, and you're willing to go out there and just be uncomfortable and start something new. But it's very, very important that if you do it this way, you tell these brides exactly how it is. You do not lie to them. You do not pretend like you're a professional and you've done a bunch of weddings or something like that. You're just straight up, and everybody has a real understanding about it. They know that they're getting a discount because of this. And so when you go to deliver your product, if there is any problem, obviously there's an understanding there. So that's what I did, and it turned out in 5 months I had booked over 30 weddings, and I don't even know how many family shoots. I also, put in that post I was willing to do family shoots. And it all tallied up to about $71,000. So this method works, but like I said, you're going to have some gear. You're going to have an understanding of that gear and actually take some good photos. No one's going to pay for crappy photography nowadays. I mean, the bar has been set very, very high. There's good stuff out there, and people are getting really, really good at photography. So you have to have your own style. It has to be developed. You don't have to have a huge wedding portfolio yet. You can go around and shoot some of your friends, but it has to be good or decent enough where you could, feel comfortable charging. You could say my work's worth $1,500 for a full day. And then your website has to be up, running. It can't be like some, like one you don't pay for that doesn't have a regular URL. Like mine's www.perlaimages.com. When you get an email from me, it's info@perlaimages.com. It's a real business. Like, you can tell that I've spent money, I've invested in it. And guys, you don't have to spend a ton of money on the website. I got mine done for like $500 in the beginning. Not that much money. You're going to have to invest a little bit. So $1,500 for advertising, say another $500 for your website. So, you want to have between, I'd say, $2,000 to $2,500 if you don't have a website yet. But that's very, very little to really start this business. I mean, it's out there. So the work is out there, and I just want to let you guys know how I did it in the beginning by utilizing Facebook ads. I mean, I carry cards with me and stuff, and I definitely hand them out to people and try and network that way. But now, the ball's rolling through word of mouth, and everything is done online nowadays. People don't. When somebody's getting engaged, getting married, the first thing they do is they go online, or they talk to immediate people around them to see if they know a photographer. If they don't, they're going online. So you have to really utilize that. don't be, you have to really assess yourself and say, where am I at? Do I need to get better? Do I think I can handle a wedding right now? Do I think I can, be honest with people and tell them, hey, I'm not a professional wedding photographer yet. Yes, I know how to shoot. I have my own style. I've been shooting for a long time. I didn't just pick up a camera. I'm not coming with just a $300 DSLR. I have the gear. If you could say that, then there are clients out there for you in your area. So, I want to let you guys know that this is possible because I did it, and I really didn't spend that much money. But the key first is you have to build some type of following on your Facebook page first. You have to get people to like it and interact with it so you can start to build an audience. When you do put that wedding ad out there to put in people's feeds, you need to be able to build a targeted Facebook ad that looks at your people who have already interacted with your page and then goes out and then try and find other people like them. So you can't really do that if you just have a brand new Facebook page. You have 35 people who like it and it's all your friends and family. You actually have to get some people interacting first. So the first step, once you have the gear and the website, you get to shooting and then you start posting regularly to that page. I did it for about 7 months to build up my following. Now I have 3,200 people who like the page, and I get a ton of engagement with my posts without having to spend money on them. It's kind of like the ball started rolling now. But I did it for about 7 months. I built up to about 1,000 people, and then I started making those wedding ads targeting people. I just wanted to talk about that for you guys, give you a little bit on the business side. I think that nowadays, if you're going to run a creative business, knowing how to market online, knowing how to stand out online is it's almost more important than having good work, the best work nowadays. You have to know how to get your ads out there, how to get in front of people who, are looking for photographers, how to target people. It's very, very important, especially in the beginning when you don't really have that word of mouth to help you. Once you do get rolling and you do start booking clients, after we're doing 47 weddings this year, 2019. So, and we're already booked out. We already have 8 booked for 2020. It's crazy. And most of the stuff we get now is through word of mouth and referrals, because what we do is we provide, once people book us, we provide a level of customer service to these people that we just want them, if anybody mentions the word photographer for the rest of their lives, we want them to say, you cannot use anybody else but Will and Sarah. Perla Images are so good. We had such a good experience with them. So once you start booking them, you treat those people as if they are your family. Every shoot you go to it with a smile on your face, you make them feel comfortable. Everything is about the client. You ask them for reviews on your Google. You ask them for reviews on your Facebook right after, and you provide a level of customer service that they're just not going to get from anywhere else. Because the thing with photography and wedding photography especially, is a very personal thing. People want to feel comfortable. They want to feel like they're friends with their photographer. They want to feel because most people, the first thing they say when they show up to our engagement shoot is, oh, we're awkward. This is going to be weird, or, just tell us what to do because we don't know. And we just sit there and shoot the shit with them for a little while. Just get them loosened up and treat it like you're with a friend. And as soon as they let their guard down and you guys are shooting, that, customer service comes through, and then they would never, ever, they'll beg other people to use you. So this is basically a tutorial on how to get the ball rolling, to get those first, 20, 30 clients you can add to your portfolio, get those reviews coming in, and get people talking about you. So if you guys want any other help with business topics also, I'd be happy to help you. Anything else that you guys need for technical stuff or business or, technique or anything like that, drop in the comments and let me know. I really, really want to help you guys and then share my information and share my knowledge that I've gained over the years with you guys and help you guys build this up, because the wedding photography is getting kind of trendy and cool, but it's still very, very there's always going to be a lot of photographers out there, but there's also always only going to be a few really good ones. People who really take it seriously. The average wedding photographer only lasts 2 years in the business. 2 years. Think about that, guys. So you really, really take this seriously, and you provide a level of customer service along with good photos, you email back fast, communication is good, and you spend some time setting the stage for your advertisements in the beginning, there's going to be plenty of business for you out there. So anything else you guys need, drop it in the comments. This page has been like really, really fun so far, and man, I've loved it interacting with you guys, and I really, really appreciate all the comments and the subscriptions and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to like creating a community where we can all help each other. So yeah, anything you guys want me to do a video on, just drop it in the comments, and yeah, I'll make a video for you. So yeah, good to talk to you guys.